Welcome back, everybody. A little bit of a different video here. Got to go to my local store. My brother picked me up some Flash Radiance, so I thought I would unbox it here, see if we hit some nice cards. I also bought these because I know I could have bought the cards for, or the starter decks, like the singles, and getting the good cards out of it. Number one, obviously wanted to support my local hobby shop. I figured not a lot of people would have, bought this product here. And I really enjoy Hathaway, and I think that, some of the cards in here do have play. And just to like double down on it, I pretty much did pick up 4 copies of the Z Gundam alt arts. So I'm gonna be getting those in the mail shortly, soon. Maybe in the next video, I'll be like, "Hey man, look, I got these in the mail." Show you guys a little bit of my collection, or not my collection, but what cards I've kind of gotten here. So let's open the first pack here. Hopefully, we can hit something really good. I know you guys are pretty much only here, so I only really want to see if I hit what's in the special pack and what's in the god deck. If there's a god deck, so no god deck here. I wanted to pick these up because of Siege Boy being in the deck. Z Gundam and Penelope there. I'm not a huge fan of Penelope, but I am more of a fan of Z Gundam here, or Key Gundam, however you want to say it. Picking up some of these nice 4-3s here. And this unit is very interesting in how Hathaway actually works, and allowing you to basically slingshot this guy into your opponent's units if they're already damaged, which, if you're playing Hathaway, there probably will be, or you'll find a way to damage them. And then this guy actually comes in for 3 damage total, which is really nice. Something is that, has only 3 health left. You can pretty much take it out immediately. And does bonus damage. You can also swing into something that is hurt and then ping something else for 1, which is also useful. So interesting card. 4 Rozelles, kind of mainstays. Penelope's here. Now the 5 level 5 3 costs, 5/4 stat line, very good. So this card is automatic, like include for me. In Earth Federation decks and so on. The best outline in the game, pretty much the peak Rizal here. You can see that for being a 3 cost card and only level 5, this is rivaling all of our late game units here, right? Anything in the game that's an LR, basically this thing is keeping up with it in terms of stats, having no ability, but the stats are really what matter, as you can trade into these non-linked units a lot easier. This is just a blocker. Interesting into the aggro matchups, a level 3/3 cost, so um, an early game blocker. Not really early game, but kind of an early game. You can play it at the same turn. You can play Lifrith for 3 if you're going first, and then if your opponent decides to play multiple units or already has like 4 on the board, you can pretty much out them and become a blocker. It's cool. I don't know how I feel about this card. It's just a weird way of keeping your opponent's units tapped. Hathaway Nova, Lane, a Breach command card for red. Lady Luck, which I still have found no reason to really run this card besides it being a 1 cost, which is just extra burn. So maybe we'll get to a point where this card is actually a lot more useful. There's like way too much lighting actually that I'm going on the camera here, so sorry about that. Valiant, these are the bases that are interesting. I like Valiant a lot because in GDO 1 we used to try and rely on support. We would play a GM, then we would support it with a Gaza D sleeves. Now we have Valiant, which basically ups the chances of us actually getting a way to buff our unit on turn 2. And Valiant does a good job of that. It also activates during your opponent's turn, so if you have a bunch of blockers or they want to swing into multiple units and they have breach or something and this doesn't get the chance to activate, you can pretty much play it out, and maybe they won't attack you or you'll get a trade in. So it's nice for that reason as well. This base is very expensive, and using two resources to heal a unit for 2, you would choose any unit you want and heal it for 2. So I don't enjoy this base too much, but I know some people like it and other decks might come useful once in a while, but overall it's not for me. Let's move past that, see if we get a god deck in the second pack here, and then we'll open up those extra bonus packs. And I don't know what I really want out of the bonus packs, I'm going to be honest. I think what I would want is obviously the if I can get 2, it's very unlikely, but if I can get Z Gundams, that'd be cool. The pilot is all right. Obviously, you know, the Lady Luck and the feet and whatnot you guys can meme about might be really nice. Haven't really seen the cards in full art yet. And no god deck again, so we'll put these away as no one cares about that. And then just another copy of those LRs there that we need. Perfect. Okay, so other than just me opening these up, I want to also talk about specifically why did I buy 4 alt arts of Z Gundam, Key Gundam, whatever you want to call it, right? So the rare art plus, why did I buy 4 copies of it? Well, the reason is going to be I'm assuming that Hathaway will get more support, and number two, sometimes you just play Gundam or a unit like lock on, and you attack into your opponent's strongest units, and that's good enough. And the Z Gundam and Hathaway combo allows you to do that. The other thing is that the Z Gundam, what it allows you to do is ping everything for one. With the purple decks in the meta game, you can really basically play it like a Kshatriya. You don't have to attack with it, but you will link it and it will deal 1 damage to literally every single unit on the board. It's a C plus if I can open this. And I think I like that a lot because we're trying to use all range attack as well. Looks like it's a lane. Why am I having such a hard time opening this? Holy moly. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna pull it out. There we go. We got lane here. Show it to the camera. This guy's pretty nice card here. Hopefully this card becomes better, but I doubt it. Camera quality is kind of bad here. I don't know what I did, but the lighting is really affecting it. Second one, so pretty much with Z Gundam, what happens is we ping everything for one, and that's basically a Kshatriya link. We all know how that works. Now comboing it with Hathaway, obviously you're trying to link it and deal damage to everything, so that works. Hathaway basically says you can ram it into something else. So you can now attack a standing unit, which basically if you attack with a Kshatriya, it kills something. Now you can attack standing units, that also kills something and by default. And then you can ping other units to death. And we hit a Penelope 5-4. Wow, this one's actually... I need to look at this card. This card looks really weird. There's a lot of like... It's a very, very glossy look to it, which I like actually. You can see it's completely clean. And obviously the Gundam being how like thick it is kind of takes over everything. The foiling is a little weird because you can see that the foiling, like it's only really crazy around that like staircase there, whatever you want to call it. Like the Penelope itself is just like, not super, super shiny, but that staircase is like what's crazy shiny there. Really weird. Actually looks really, really nice. Kind of a fan of this art right here. More than Lane. Lane is just fine. This Penelope art, I kind of dig it. Kind of dig it a lot more. Hangar Bay scene. So those are my pulls. Anyway, so back to the Gundam. What I like about it is that what you do is, so your opponent, I'm going to use, actually like typically I'm going to use some cards here. My opponent plays out a GM turn 1 Zakutu, right? Then they go Zakutu, Zakutu. So on my turn 4, I'm going to pretty much activate my all range attack, ping everything for 1, right? And I might have played in the unit before that, but I'll ping everything for 1. Now what happens, everything is at 1 HP. Obviously, I'm going to take a bunch of damage, but when I do play my Z Gundam on turn 5 and link it, I will be able to ping all of these GMs dead and save a bunch of value. And then I'll be able to swing into whatever new card they played or something that had more than 2 HP or 1 HP and clear everything out. Now, I think that's really, really powerful, especially if you combo it with Kshatriya Link, because now you can have a Kshatriya Link ping everything and Hathaway to ping everything, and that's basically really, really nice. The one thing I think is very interesting about Hathaway in particular is that this guy comes in and pings for 3. It's an on-pair effect, so you don't need to pair it with Hathaway if you don't want to. But if you link it with Hathaway, you can then ping something for 3, the highest level unit, like let's say an O. You can obviously finish it off with burn spells, but I can link an attack directly into the O, destabilizing my opponent's complete game plan of controlling the board with O, and that could have some merit to it. You could just let them play the O, play Hathaway E Gundam, and trade link for link. And that's quite interesting. I find like actually just being able to do that because we don't need Z Gundam to win. We don't need Hathaway to win. What we need is actually their O off the board so they cannot go about doing their game plan and destroying us because we can just start tapping everything we have. So that's something that I found to be a reason to run this and run Hathaway in particular because we know lock on is powerful. We know Hathaway and Zala like swinging into something can be strong early game. But because those cards kind of like only revolve around the early game, we don't have ways to out O and all these other units. So I think that Z Gundam could be useful. I've seen a deck online that's running like two of these and like Hathaways and so on to basically um just have good damage, clear Ankhs and things, and kill all these early game units. Having the ability to, yes, G-Quox comes out and then ping something immediately. Having the ability to also have extra units and skewing your way, your whole deck, to do 3 damage or just more damage is actually really, really strong and could come up like big time if your whole deck just starts pinging like crazy. Another thing about this is that having a 5/5 stat line is something that's kind of rare. It's really only left to, again, the like level 5 3 cost Penelope that we opened, and left to things that are at the LR level, right? So anything that's LR level and high level cost units, along with like the 5/3 stat line we have here. Everything else is almost like a 4/4, and so having the ability to have a 5 attack power unit really, really helps clear out your opponent's non-linked LRs, which is basically all of their boss monsters. If they don't link it, they're at risk of losing them. If they don't link it, we can basically pair our Z Gundam, pop 3 damage, and then close combat, finish it off, clean sweep. So it's nice for that. If someone is trying to repair something like a level 8, what do you call it? A level 8 Unicorn Gundam, then we can use this card to basically swing into it with Hathaway, and that is pretty potent. Now, we don't have enough breach effects. For example, like in red, they gave us this card that allows us to breach. Words for Hathaway, right? You choose a link unit and it gains breach 1 this turn. Now, yes, it's a map to unit. Yes, you can link it and pair it with your pilots, right? Command pilot. But being able to breach is kind of fine, because it's not that crazy useful. But they're going to release more cards in the future sets, I'm assuming, for Hathaway, that is going to enable what Z Gundam's supposed to do, what a new Z Gundam like a booster box comes out to be. And we only got a rare plus this set. Usually when they release star decks, they're always going to release like the LR star deck, and then there's an LR in the booster box. We unfortunately did not get that, so I'm going to assume that we'll get a Z Gundam LR in the next booster box that will help this entire package out, along with like an extra rare, some commons, and really help us see how this deck is supposed to work in full effect. I know in Magic the Gathering and red decks that this card in particular, there could be a new card that comes out that says discard a card, deal damage equal to its level to a unit. Discard a card, and maybe you get that much, resources or draw cards or something weird like that, where discarding a big unit like Z Gundam could be very, very useful, or a way to activate its ability. In particular, like maybe Hathaway just decides to activate the Z Gundam's ability multiple times in a turn somehow, which would be very, very interesting, and cool, but I don't know what direction they're going to go with it. Penelope, on the other hand, I don't like Penelope too much because I'm going to be honest, its pilot is only a 2/1. And now on the offense, yes, you can kill something you want, but on the defense, it's only got 6 defense. And anything that has 6 HP basically just dies to whatever your opponent throws at it. And trying to get this out to get card advantage is obviously nice, but the Penelope deck kind of just falls over and dies. And if you're trying to play Earth Federation, I don't think we have enough like really, really good Earth Federation cards that help us do the Penelope game plan of drawing more cards. So that's pretty much what I have to say about this. I want to use Z Gundam a lot more, and people have been having success with it. And I want to use the Z Gundam Altar that I bought to combo with Kshatriya, combo with All Range Attack, and just ping everything on the board for 1. The purple decks are really, really hurting themselves. So All Range Attack and Z Gundam, if you think about it, you can pretty much play it. When you link it, you ping something for 1. Now, instead of reading it as a ping all units for 1 damage, how you can view it as is it's going to kill something on the board. So when you pair it or link it, it kills a unit on the board immediately. Same thing how you play G-Quox. Yes, it says deal 3 damage something, but it's gonna be doing what it actually says is kill a unit on the board, and it gets the job done. So I think with all range attack and G-Fred in particular as well, if you can build a G-Fred and a key what is this Z Gundam deck, You can have some sort of amount of success. I don't think you need to run 4 copies of this card in particular because it's so high level and costs so much that you just can't kind of afford it. Maybe if you run overflowing affections or some way of discarding it would be very, very nice. This card does look really nice though. I don't know if you guys own this in person. Probably do because I don't get a lot of starter decks, but it does look really, really nice. The Penelope, on the other hand, I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at. I'm gonna be honest. Like what am I looking at? It's upside down. Number one. Is it upside down? I can't even tell, man. Like, yeah, the Penelope Gundam is literally upside down in the artwork, and I don't know why. Somebody needs to explain to me why the Penelope Gundam is upside down in the artwork, which means you guys can see it like it's upside down. It's literally upside down. I'm looking at it right now. If I turn it the other way around, it's right side up. I don't know who designed this card, but this is insanity. Um, okay. Anyways, this is like a weird video. Just talking about me opening up the booster box essentially. I have a super cool um deck coming out for you guys on CB, so stay tuned for that. The CB deck is doing really, really well. And well, it's doing as well as, it can do in the current metagame with Blurple and all these things, but it's actually doing what it's kind of designed to do. So I'm excited to share that deck with you guys because I've been working on it. It's like a brick road. Essentially, I'm hitting my head across the wall trying to make it work. And I've made so many variations of it, but this one seems to be working the best. And I made a bet with my friend online, and he said if this deck wins, he's gonna go take it to his new type challenge. This was in an online match, and I basically won that game. And he said, I don't know how the hell you won. What is this crazy deck you built? I'm not taking it, right? So he kind of backed out the last second, so it's kind of funny. But anyways, I thought I would share this opening with you guys, and I had to match it with my Sun and Moon red blue dragon mat here. So thanks for watching this. If you guys, you know, like this video, let me know. Just a random video I want to put out there just to feed you guys some random content.